Hi, chat. Hi, chat. Hello. Long time no see. Long time no see. How's it going? How's it going? Oh my god, it's Lolo? Yeah. It's Lolo, and it's Kage, and it's me, I guess, too. But it's Lolo and it's Kage, you know.
Oh my
the people you're here
God.
for.
Hello,
Hell
hello.
yeah.
The crowd goes wild.
I'm so lucky. I get Lolo here in my stream, and I get Kage for the second time this week. I know, right? I'm overjoyed. I'm super excited.
It's so fun to be on the stream.
Marina, I missed you and I'm feeling sad. Don't feel sad because we're all here. We're all here to have a good time. We're here to have a good night, you know? It's nice to see everyone though. Hi Crystal, congrats on first. Hi Jay, Captain Colors, hi Yin Yang, hi Rockahog, hi Dr. Zixie, hi Dead, hi Keaton, hi Lom, hi Peachy Pot. How y'all doing? Nice to see everyone popping in. If you came in from Lotus's community or Kage's community, welcome. It's nice to see you here. Yeah. Cheesus H Crust, welcome on in. How's it going? We're gonna be I do this every week. I know for a lot of you, I haven't seen. There's a couple people I haven't seen before. A lot of people I have seen before. If you haven't been to one of my sex ed streams before, I do this every single Friday, most of the time when I'm actually like in front of my computer on a Friday night. Every single Friday I do these sex ed and relationship advice streams. I've had a number of people on as guests. It's always a really great time, and it's going to be no different tonight. Yeah, we're going to be taking some questions from the audience. If you have not yet had a chance to ask, it's not questions, it's question. Let me fix that. If you have not yet had a chance to ask a question, you can do so with the exclamation point question command. I'll throw that out there now so y'all can take a look at that. Yeah, if you want to ask us anything. Something that's also special about today, it's the first time, are you excited, Kage? It is the first time that I have had a male VTuber on
first male VTuber.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, that's actually exciting. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm the first.
It's the first time I've ever had a male VTuber on the sex ed and relationship advice yet. Since we've been running since I think November we started. So
yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Better make a trophy for me, Marina.
It's a cum chalice, but that's all we got. That's all we.
That's fine as long as it has my name on it.
Okay, perfect. It's gonna be real cool to hear a different perspective, since we usually tend to get a feminine perspective on things. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to those relationship advice questions and all that kind of stuff. We do have a lot of questions so far, stuff that was asked earlier in the day. But if you ask something tonight, if you respond to the form now, there is still a good chance that we will get to your questions. So please don't feel, deterred from asking us questions. Don't be worried that we won't get to you or anything like that. Yeah. And so why don't you introduce yourselves for people that may not know you two? You wanna whoever can start. Kage, you wanna go first?
Oh, okay. I'll go first. Okay. I was about to be like a nice gentleman. Well, you can go first. I'll be last, but I'll go first. Hi chat. My name is Kage. Yes, I am the first male VTuber on Marina's sex ed and relationship advice stream. But besides that, yeah, my name is Kage. I am a Kitsune VTuber. I stream a variety of things, mostly horror games. I also make music. Recently started making music, and then yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm nothing special.
That's cool. It's exciting. You are special. Shut the fuck up. Okay, Lotus.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Lotus. I'm the stream pet. No,
Basically, I like you sitting on the bar top over there.
Yeah, I'm a secret dungeon boss VTuber. I play a lot of Souls likes and horror likes. 4 likes. Horror games, close enough. I have the spicy brain and the spicy intelligence. I've studied very much about ADHD in university and went into uni for video game research. So that's my background.
Hell yeah.
That's about it.
We love that. We love that. Yeah, we often talk mostly about more traditional sex ed and stuff like that, but we do have health questions. I think the last week we had some questions come up. We started talking about like mental health, and we talked about I think ADHD got brought up in like one question and stuff like that. So it's not always strictly sex questions. So yeah, it's good background to have, you know. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Marina. I'm a variety VTuber. Like I said earlier, I do this every single week. This is my sex ed and relationship advice show. My background in sex ed is I was a teacher, and I actually used to teach sex ed and stuff like that. So I've had a bunch of training. Yeah, I've just always been a very sexually open person, and always someone who, you know, has wanted to learn as much as I can about this kind of stuff. So I think it's really important to share that with people and tear down the taboo around being able to ask questions about sexual education and, you know, healthy relationships and things like that. So that's why I do this. Yeah. Yeah, and I always like to ask my guests to tell us a little bit about if they think they are qualified or not to be given advice.
Do I go first again?
Or sure.
Okay. Sex advice? It's been a long time, but I will try my best. I will try my best to remember back in my days when I was sprouting, adventurous, and doing all the things that I probably shouldn't have been doing. Relationship advice, I could definitely give you something on that. So I know a lot about the relationship stuff.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I have quite a bit of experience in everything that shouldn't happen in relationships, and I've also have quite a bit of experience on long-term relationships. And sexual-wise, that depends.
That face.
Yep. Got it.
That's all.
I can't wait for the questions.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I don't know. It all depends. I'm knowledgeable about some aspects, and I'm less so on others. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited too. I think it's gonna be a real fun time. So yeah, we can just go ahead and jump into questions if you're ready. If you two are ready.
Always
Not a
ready.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. All right. So let's let me see. Let me see what's a good question to get started with.
I just looked at the bar menu and I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, see the
Yeah,
Bloody
yeah.
Marina.
Oh man,
Yeah,
the Pride,
Bloody-
Pina Colada,
As
Bloody
Estrogen,
Marina.
and Tonic, Lesbian Long Island. Yep, and then there's the Mommy's Milkshake.
Okay, let's hope this actually works. Hi, Evan. How you doing? Let's hope
Evan.
this works.
Hey man, yeah, I don't know what's up with me, but I've been everywhere. I'm always there. Every time Evan sees a stream, I'll always be there.
All right, we have a question. Good as any to start. It says, I don't get why people say edging helps stamina. I've watched tons of videos. I end up bored. Like, damn, I wish I could come because I'm bored. Instead, oh no, I might accidentally bust. This was helpful in not doing that.
Hmm.
I feel like I have to.
It's the
reread
wording
this
that I'm
one.
confused about, especially at the end. I get the first part.
Yeah, I get the first part too.
I get the first part. I don't get the.
I
Oh
think
no,
they're
I might
saying.
accidentally bust.
I think what they're saying is, I don't get why people say edging helps them, because it just bores me. Like, I'm just bored instead of feeling like it helps me not accidentally bust. I think that's what they're trying to say here.
I don't know. I mean, I think it depends on anyone's attention span for any sexual things, right? Like, you can edge to a certain level. You don't have to edge for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you know, forever, right? You take it at your pace that you enjoy. You know, no one has a rule on edging, on how long you need to edge for, but I mean, it's nice to freaking ride the wave, I guess, right? Not bust immediately.
Okay, Lotus is a surfer. We got it.
For me, yeah, I don't know if this sounds mean or anything. Maybe the person who's trying to edge you is just boring at edging, or pretty shitty at edging. But
boring in general.
Yeah,
if you
maybe.
Get bored. I mean, you can't get bored in the bedroom. I mean, that's an ADHD thing, for example. You gotta keep it spicy, otherwise you're gonna get bored having sex.
Yeah,
that's true. Even with like masturbation, you know, even if no one else is involved, it's like
different things, different toys, different content.
Yeah.
For me, I like for videos, you know, I like the whole backstory thing. It kind of builds up to it. It's just like, you know, you're trying to think of yourself in that scenario kind of stuff, you know. That's my thinking, or my perspective. Why I like the edging part.
Yeah, and so what about the actual edge? So I guess I should define edging for people who might be watching who might not know 100% what that actually means. So edging, typically, edging is when someone, you know, masturbates or engages in some kind of sexual stimulation, and they stimulate themselves, or you know, they engage in stimulation until they're very close to reaching orgasm, and then they stop. And they kind of pull back to not pass that threshold of orgasm, and they sort of let themselves deflate, for lack of a better word, you know, like they let themselves kind of pull back, and then they kind of keep going and get themselves again close, and then they kind of stop, and then they kind of go back and forth. And it's called edging because the idea is you're pushing yourself to the edge of orgasm but not crossing it, right? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, personally, I feel like I can't relate with the idea of it being boring.
No, I think that's just you're doing something wrong. You're either going for too long, or you're not having fun to begin with, you know, to like be enjoying the feeling, right? Of like the whole point of edging, right? Because like there's times where you go and you want to just freaking bust and leave, or there's times where you want to freaking ride the wave, and you don't have to edge every time. I don't know about stamina. I think it's just more of the writing out how long you're going for.
I have a question for you guys. I don't know if I could ask that. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Have you guys ever nutted at the wrong time?
What does that mean exactly? What's the wrong time?
I haven't.
Like, you know, well, not like it's like you watch the same video again or something,
or
like
okay,
like there's like an epic
in the
part
sense of like not syncing up, if that makes sense. Like you don't sync up to what you're watching. But if you're talking about like wrong time, like
this is not like I didn't want to nut now on nut at like a different time stamp.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about like with like watching a video, yes. If you're talking about anything else, no, I can't say. I mean. The first thought I had about a wrong time was the ramen story, but that's all I had.
Oh my
ramen
God.
story? The what? Care to explain to someone who has never heard about this story before?
Yeah, sure. I can share the ramen story. The ramen story is basically how do I
I can explain it if you
yeah,
want.
sure. You can
Okay.
explain it.
Once upon a time, I
Mhm.
was on a adventure with somebody, and basically finished before them, and then my ADHD kicked in, and I didn't realize that they were about to finish, and I realized that I forgot my ramen that I was cooking, and so I screamed right when they were about to finish, "Oh no, my ramen!" And then I ran down to grab my ramen. It was for them it was very funny. For me, I was very worried about my soggy noodles. It was very sad.
Oh my god.
It was my ramen.
I love that.
Oh my god. That's
That's
so
the only
Yeah.
thing I can think of, like at the wrong
good
time.
story.
Like when you said wrong time, I'm like maybe
It's a good
you know
time.
it's the only thing I can think of by the wrong time.
Yeah.
Too early
Um,
or too late if it's about the ramen.
too late. My ramen.
My ramen.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, real OGs know the ramen story in chat. Okay, when you're talking about a video though, Kage, it's like I kind of know what you're talking about when you're like you like a video and you kind of have a go-to and you're like, "Oh, you know, it's been a while since I've gone back to old trusty." And you is that what you're talking about? And you like, you know, you go to the video and it's like a 20-minute long video and there's like first this happens, then this happens, and then this happens, and then the big thing happens, and you just like don't get to the end or the big thing or whatever. Is that what you mean?
Something like that, or like even if you find like a new video or something, and then you're like, "Oh, there's even a better part." Fudge.
Yeah, no,
Fudge.
I understand.
Fuck.
I understand the feeling of like, oh, but you see, the way I look at it is if I'm watching a video, let's say it's like a 20-minute video or something, right? And
Hmm.
I'm watching stuff and I'm not skipping around and I'm actually enjoying it. And, you know, I don't make it all the way through. I just look at it as, well, I get to come back and enjoy more of this video next time kind of thing, I guess is the way I look at it.
I get impatient.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
If I fail to sync up sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
Damn, too early or too late even.
Yeah. All right. Let me grab an okay, here's a very straightforward one. I'll let someone answer this one just for whoever in chat was asking this. What's a own a hole? What's an own a hole?
Lolo, you want to go first?
Why did you look at me? I was waiting for you to answer.
Me? Okay. I know somebody told me about this before.
You don't
I didn't know what it was.
Okay, I can say it's
Have you never owned an own a hole?
it's a pocket puss.
Yeah, okay, now I know.
Pocket puss.
Oh yeah, I have that. Wait, no,
I
I
know
don't.
because-
Wait, I don't.
Purse,
No, I don't have. I don't have.
Purse
Uh-huh.
sent me really disturbing versions of some, you know, like the collector's editions. There's like a Ratatouille one.
What?
There's like a Bug's Life
Huh?
one. There's like a Thomas
Huh?
the Tank Engine.
Oh hell
You don't know
no.
about you don't know about
Huh?
the collectible? Oh no.
No, Purse, send these to me. Where's Purse? Purse, come on.
You're all,
Wait, I was
wanna
with Purse
see? I
at
have
ALA.
it
No
right here.
fucking way.
Yeah,
No,
you should
Purse
ask
is a-
her. You
Purse
should
is
have gone
a-
back to
Purse
the
is a
hotel
cursed
room and
human
asked,
being.
asked her
Wait,
to
there's a
open
KFC
up the,
one. Hold on, I'll freaking. Where do I post it?
the
In here?
KFC one.
Here, I'll put it in the streaming chat, in the open chat, if you can see in there.
Yeah.
There's the KFC. Wait, hold on. There's the.
Ew.
Wait, there's the.
Oh, I've seen this. I've
There's
seen
the-
that.
There's the Bug's Life.
Where the no, not what?
Bug's Life. There's a Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh.
There's. I know there's a Ratatouille one. I know there's.
Why is
yeah,
that
no.
so cursed?
No, that's so. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no.
Those are so cursed.
No.
Chad.
I'm showing the
I-
previously uneducated. I'm educating them on collectible Ono holes.
Yeah, I can't.
Not the
I
Renla
can't
seat.
show
I know.
you,
I'm
chat,
sorry.
but it is. It's something else.
You can do your own research on your own interwebs at your own search history risk.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know what an Ono hole is, another word for an Ono hole is like a flashlight, or a pocket masturbator. It's meant to be an orifice, basically, for someone with a penis to stick into the orifice, basically. And they make mouths, they make butts, they make, all kinds of body parts. I've seen
KFC.
hand ones and foot ones. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically
Anything you can dream of.
yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm confused about this one because I want to know what world this person lives in. Why do people? It says obese, but I think it's supposed to be obsessed. Why do people obsess about dick size but not breast size?
I'm gonna fuck you with my breasts. Hello?
I was about to say, like,
I mean, I'm obsessed with the
people do get
There's
obsessed
only-
about breast size.
Not true, lol. No, listen, there's only one thing. Okay. Obviously you can, but I don't know. There's so much more that goes into freaking dicks than there is breast, and this thing is they do.
Yeah,
In
it's the
both
same for
worlds,
like
they
butt
do.
too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always the massive bahangamungas or the non-bahangamungas or the itty bitty titty committee, and it goes the same with dick sizes, right? So
Yeah.
I don't really think people obsess over dick size that much. I think that's just a talk of competition rather than people actually caring.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think straight men worry the most about dick size
Yeah, I don't think.
than people
I don't
actually
worry,
care
haha.
about.
I'm fine.
You know what I mean? Like I think
We
that's
love
where
a confident king.
yeah.
It's
think
just
that's
you
where
have to know
most
how
of
to
it
use
comes
it.
from.
That's the problem.
No, exactly.
That's
and
true
the thing is,
too,
even if you
yeah.
don't have anything, there's other things to do. You know, there's
Yeah.
toys, there's things, there's other ways of performing.
We got hands.
doesn't
We got
involve-
hands, dude.
There's
we got
so
hands.
I don't
many
know.
ways.
Hands, mouth, toys.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
many
You think
things
that
that you
the
can
penis
do.
is the only sad day. If there was only weenus.
A
Penis,
weenus?
weenus.
Yeah, the end of your elbow.
What?
I don't.
What do you
I
do
don't.
with
I don't think you
that?
should fuck a weenus.
No, that sounds painful. I mean, any things that you're brave enough.
You know what? I'm gonna say I'm sure that someone has tried it.
I
wouldn't
bet
be
you
surprised.
there's a video
if
out
there
there.
are people that like sticking fists, right? I've
Oh.
seen. I remember there was a video when I was younger that I saw. I feel like this was an internet classic. It was like the guy with the bald head like sticking his head inside of someone.
Oh hell no!
What?
But
Oh,
yeah,
hell
it's
no.
like some
Reverse
people.
birthing.
Yeah, some people are into like extreme insertions, right? I think anyone who's doing anything like that needs to talk to a doctor, and needs to really know their body and needs to
Yeah,
be really,
if you're
really
freaking,
careful.
you're gonna break. Oh, the worst part is, what if you get stuck?
Yeah, what if you're the person sticking your head in the coochie and all of a
And you
sudden
get
you
stuck?
can't, yeah.
Because you know that happens.
And then you have to wear them
Things
like
can
a
get
hat
stuck.
for the rest of your
like
life.
what is it? Like your body can clamp down. So that's why
Yeah.
things get stuck. Your body will start clamping down, and then you can't get shit out. That's why you have
Yeah.
what's it called? A flared base.
Yeah.
That's why we have flared bases, so that you can get shit out. Oh no. I don't
I've
like
seen
these.
that. At least someone in my chat, knows what I'm talking about. I don't think you should fuck a weenus, Marina 2023. Am I wrong though?
It's true.
But yeah,
It's the end of your elbow, so I don't know if you're into that. I'm not judging. It's like your ends of elbows.
I don't
think
understand that. I don't understand.
I think it would
The
be
end of a
safer just
the
to
weenus?
Like, how do you make that? Okay, you know
Oh,
what?
you mean the head?
Never mind. Moving on. Moving on.
Yeah. So why do people obsess about dick size, not breast size? I think people do. I think people obsess about
People also
both.
forget that
people
vaginas come in
don't.
different sizes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, just because it's like both, just because it's
Yeah.
good with one doesn't mean it's gonna be good with another, because you're also shaped differently,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yo, what size pussy you wear? Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, it's true. No two people's body is exactly the same. It's something we've talked about a lot on the show. Getting to know your body, getting to know your partner's body, and knowing that, one of the realities of just interacting with another person is that two people might not end up being compatible the way that they want when it comes to sexuality, right?
Yeah.
Like you may end up, meeting someone and they're wonderful, and then you end up trying to have sex with them and they're like, whoa, you're too big for me. I don't want you to fuck me ever.
I was with a partner
Yeah.
for years where I was always the person where it's like people always talk about too big, but then it was literally one of those things where we couldn't have intercourse because it would hurt. There was nothing we could do. Like nothing you could do would make it like work out. So it's literally it goes like that. It goes for both ways. People think that like, oh, you want the massive, largest peen on existence? No, you don't. You're lying. That is I've maidenless attitude.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've talked about that before too, that people run into more problems having bigger penises than smaller, generally.
Yeah.
With people, yeah. There's this fetishization of penis size, right? And it's really it makes people feel, it drives that insecurity, right? That's what we talk about, like straight males tend to be the ones that worry the most. It's because of that narrative that like these giant dicks are these like, super fantasy things that everyone wants, when the reality is it's much more complicated, right? Some people are super into stuff like that, and their body can accept that, and they've stretched their body.
That's what I'm saying. Their bodies can physically handle it. But everybody's different, so
yeah.
Everybody's
for example,
different.
I wish my body ain't built for that. My body said no. My monster fantasies are only fantasies. It's so sad. Would never work.
Yeah, I got nothing to say. I'm just great.
Yeah. No, we can go on to another question. Remember, if you're popping on in, by the way, you can feel free to ask us questions using the question command. There's plenty of stuff we can talk about.
Yeah, that question to me is broad. It's just depending on your preference, so.
Yeah, I don't think people are obsessed with dick size though. I think that is just their own ideas, their own obsession with dick sizes. I don't think the general public cares. It's always just a dick measuring competition. Never like, does it actually matter? And also, people care about dick sizes and breast sizes. It's all preference.
Okay, there's a few good ones coming in. Here, let me grab this one first. So this person says, I'm an AMAB, assigned male at birth, person, queer, trans, and B penis haver. I've been thinking about getting a strap to wear. I like the idea of having some monster swap outs or multi-wielding. Does anyone have any experience of penis havers wearing straps? I
can't answer that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
do not.
don't. Yeah, I don't. I know that it's possible. I know that they make stuff like that.
Yeah, I know that they make stuff. We considered it once, but it was never. No.
And the other thing I would say, is the idea of having talking about straps and you said some monster swap outs. They make sleeves, if you know about
Yeah,
those.
that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of sleeves, not straps.
Yeah, because they make sleeves, so that means like you can basically put something on a penis, and it just makes it bigger. It's just it's like a sheath essentially.
Yeah, I can put textures and whatever.
Yeah, it's like wearing a dildo over a penis or something, and then using that. So that is an option. I've seen those before, and then, I've seen like the multi-wielding style straps where someone with a penis can like do dual penetration essentially with a dildo, so that they're using their own penis and they can also use a strap on, stuff like that. Yeah, it's possible. I don't have any personal experience with it, but I know that you can find that kind of stuff. I would do research, check out your kind of favorite online sex shops and look at that stuff. Yeah.
I'm new to that kind of stuff. When I was at ALA, it's the first time I ever saw different sizes of all those things, and I was like, you can fit that in there? I was like, what? They made this thing? This thing is like the size of my arm. Yeah, it was literally like like an ancestor kind of like discovering fire for the first time. Huh?
Did you go to a shop, or like someone opened their suitcase?
So it was at Anime Los Angeles convention, and Bad Dragon was there. So.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting. I mean, it makes sense.
I saw it like with my eyes. I'm like, whoa.
It makes sense, because I guess they look at it as part of their market base is people who like hentai, and people who like hentai like anime. So yeah.
They like monsters. They're targeting me. It's fucked up.
Yeah. I love that.
It's fucked up.
Okay. Let's take this one. Do you have any advice for someone who is asexual, who wants to be in a relationship, but anyone I tell ghosts me?
Oh, a relationship advice one. Oh, this one's kind of hard. Okay.
Well, that one's hard because it's just gonna have to be one of those first conversations.
No.
First of all,
type of things, and you also have to like explain at the first conversation, like, because you can be ace and still sexual, right? Like there's like it can be arranged. There can be, I know people who are ace and still partake in some sexual things, but like, but are still ace, right? So it's just a conversation to drop like first into a relationship, because it's like, I mean, sex and stuff is very important to each person and what they're looking for in a relationship.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be one of those early drops, and if people aren't down for that, it's just one of those things you have to, kind of like accept.
Mine's is like, you said anyone I tell ghosts me. How many people did you tell? Because maybe not everyone will probably ghost. Not everyone will ghost you.
I don't know. I mean, it's like there's probably be some people who are just like, well, I'll see how it goes, even, and then if they just like are finding that like it doesn't work for them, it doesn't work for them. It all depends. You're gonna have to find. I bet there is a way to find out, like, and talk to people or find other people who are also ace. Like probably ways in by like on dating websites and stuff like that, on different things, to
Yeah.
just put under
And
there directly that you're ace, and people will see that and know before even talking to you.
yeah, I will say to chat, because I see Vlad's comment. Anyone who does submit a question, keep in mind that we don't ask for your name or whatever when we submit questions. Your questions are totally anonymous, unless you want to come forward and claim that a question is yours, right? You want to tell me, oh, that's my question. So just know that if people are like nervous about asking questions, you never have to like, say that it's yours or put your name or anything like that. They're always totally anonymous. But when we have situations like this, especially with the relationship advice, sometimes it's different situations help us answer questions better. So when you're able to tell us that it is your questions and give us more context, we do appreciate it. So Vlad is saying, this is my question. I'm open to doing things with my partner if they want to, but I have no drive and wouldn't initiate. Okay.
It's just a thing that you're gonna have to talk to partners about it right at the start, type of thing, to like almost
Yeah.
establish like how you will work sexually.
Yeah. Wolfer, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. Raiders are doing sex ed and relationship advice stream right now.
Welcome, Raiders.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there who are also ace, and it's just a matter of finding them. It's just a matter of communication.
Yeah, and I bet like, yeah, who knows, even if people who aren't ace, like if they're, because you're still down with like sexual stuff, some people might be down with just that, like every once in a while, like something, between you and your partner, right? But like, as long as it's just from their initiation. Some people, it won't work. Like they might try it and they find out like, I want to feel, more wanted or whatever. I want you to initiate, and then they won't work. But, it's just a communication and finding out, saying it right there will save you a lot of like having to communicate it right at the front. If you say it like right, like, your sexuality is like, I'm like you do with like, I'm paying or demi or whatever, people will just notice that, and once they start talking to you, you have to expect that they already understand.
Yeah, I think it also depends on where you're looking and how you're communicating too. Like the kind of thing of, are you meeting people out randomly at like bookstores and stuff? Are you using dating apps? Are you, looking in social dating circles? Like there's all kinds of different things. For example, I am sure that there is like an asexual, probably multiple asexual like subreddits. And you might be able to look in like a subreddit, for example, and find like a Discord server or something. That might be a hub for people that are ace. And if you're open to like online relationships, and I mean, even if not, like it might be worth looking into just to kind of connect with people, get some advice, and you might end up meeting someone who happens to be relatively near you regardless. The other thing I would say too is like you can go on things like OkCupid and stuff, and they have filters where you can put your sexuality, as asexual, and you can search for other people who have asexual as well. So that's definitely something that might be able to help you find people kind of more localized to you. That's what I would say to consider when it comes to finding a partner, but it takes patience, right? With like anyone who's in any kind of like sexual orientation minority, it just takes a little bit more patience to find a partner sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add, Kage?
No, you pretty much nailed it. It just depends on like, you have to find the people. I mean, it's pretty much finding the same kind of people who can relate to you or have the same interests. So
same sexual preferences, same.
Yeah.
You match.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Let me see. Upbeat says, I do wonder what the right time to bring up that sort of thing with a partner is. I'm okay leading with I'm ace, but saying I'm sex favorable right at the start feels weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be in the starting ish convo.
Yeah.
But not like right in their face. I'm ace, by the way, you know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
ace by the way. But like, you know, it's whenever sexual dynamics and sexual things come up, then that's when you can like,
Yeah.
if you start talking sexually and stuff like that, that's when you can kind of interject, being like, hey, by the way, you know, I'm ace. I don't mind if we do things, but you're gonna have to initiate, type of things like that. That's just a normal conversation you have when
Mhm.
you're in that phase of talking you know, about sexual stuff and sexual preferences. There is a point in the relationship at the start where you're gonna have to talk about sexual preferences or what you're into or what you're gonna do, or you know, right? So at that point, that's when you interject and let them know.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Facts. Facts, no cap.
Facts. Facts,
Alright.
no print.
Yeah, you guys pretty much nailed it. So
Consent is key. Consent and sexy. Sexy.
Mhm. These questions make me
Okay.
have to like dig deep. God damn.
You gotta think.
It's
I got
fun
brain.
though, right?
I know it's
Right?
hard.
Yeah, I just
It's
I
hard.
was
my brain hell empty. Okay.
I was like expecting questions like, oh dude, my girl or my boyfriend is not into me right now. What do I do to get him to get into me? Kind of.
So fuck off and date me instead.
Okay, we have a good one
Facts.
here.
No, okay.
Exactly. What good relationship advice.
Oh, there you go.
Pete.
You're
You like
VTuber, I
feet,
know it.
Kage?
What? Wait, what? Wait, why
You
are you
like
calling
feet?
my name out? Why are you saying me?
You
Why?
like feet? You
do I
got very
like feet?
excited.
No, it was just the timing of the question. The timing of this was impeccable. Feet. Me personally, I don't care as much. I have fucking hobbit for feet, anyways. So
Do you walk
if
around
you
with
watch,
no shoes on? Do you have like the flat feet like hobbits?
yeah. If you watch the movie, if you watch the Hobbits, you know, you look at their feet. They pretty much hired my feet.
Oh my
my
god, you're a famous actor? You didn't even
I
tell
love
me?
that for you.
What?
I'm a flat footer, man. It's sad.
Feet cameo.
I'm demi-foot sexual. I don't care about feet unless I like you. I feel like if I
that
like
makes sense.
somebody,
That makes sense.
if I
Yeah,
like
that makes
somebody,
sense.
then I'm like I'm down. But I
Yeah,
don't
but that's
just like
because
look
you're
at random
into
pictures
all of
feet.
them, you know, that's different, right? So
That's
like at that
true,
point you're
yeah.
into all of them. I don't much
Yeah.
care for feet. I
I
have
disagree
no
with that, Sean.
opinion
Wait,
whatsoever.
why?
They're neither hate or like.
Okay, well, I do in a way. I kind of care, you know, as long as your nails don't look like.
Well, I mean, I
old
want
people nails.
hygiene, right? Like, I want them to have good, well-kept feet, right? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
gonna suck the dirt out of your toes, like suck the fucking, you know. But I want them well-kept toes.
Yeah, I think
Please?
there's a difference between like sweaty and dirty, right? Like
Right, exactly.
if
Oh,
feet are
huge
like
difference. Huge difference.
feet
There's
are like a little
you can
sweaty,
you can be
like,
sweaty
that's
without BO, for
fine.
example, right? Like
Yeah,
you
That's
can
me.
be sweaty
yeah.
without.
I don't smell.
Yeah, see? So you can be sweaty without BO, then you can be fucking sweaty and you fucking stank.
What kind of earwax do you have, Kage? Do you have
That's
do you
flaky.
have like the dusty flaky?
Why, is
Mhm.
there an earwax study?
Yeah, there's like a people there's like a genetics thing that
I
people
have
that
soft
tend to have
earwax.
people that
That's
tend to have
flaky.
like like the flaky or dusty earwax tend to have less of
No!
a
Don't say that!
I have I have the
they
flaky
tend to have
ones.
less of
Don't
a
say
BO or things like that. Not that people
Don't
with
say
soft
that.
earwax, you know,
You call
smell
me
bad or anything.
stanky.
No, you
Okay,
got
it's
that
like,
gamer musk.
Ugh,
oh my
I'm
god.
musky.
It adds the flavor. It's a season.
I
It's
got that
seasoned.
warm fucking earwax.
Yeah, let's talk about fence since we're
yeah,
talking about
it's
feet.
yeah.
Good ones, Novus.
Lotus, think of it as like a season. You know, your
You know, I got
seasoning.
that. No, it's
seasoning.
musk. Okay, it's
Exactly.
nice musk. Okay?
Yeah, it adds an extra flavor.
Did I smell good? Don't pause
Marina.
on this. Don't pause when we've hung out. Don't you dare
I'm just
pause right now.
kidding.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Oh
Lotus
my
smelled nice.
god.
Lotus smelled nice. Yeah.
Yeah, see? There's
Yeah.
Twitter tweet proof too.
Mm-hmm. I
Schniffer.
can't I can't rate the armpits though for your chat. Didn't get a good
True.
sniff.
Yeah, but that's because they were dead in bed.
That's true. We were so fucking dead. This conversation is cursed. What do you mean? It's just a normal Marina stream.
It's about,
Anyway.
it's about
We're
smell.
VTubers. This is like the most sane conversation.
Yeah.
That's true. It is a pretty
You
normal
came here
conversation.
expecting anything else?
Okay, we want to talk about relationships. I think we got a good one right here. Pretty broad, but do you think it's
Ooh.
possible to make
This
a
is a good
toxic
question.
relationship work with therapy? Or do you think the relationship becomes toxic? Do you think if the relationship becomes toxic, it's doomed?
Well, it depends. There's a lot of context to this, right? Like,
Yeah.
were you like married for years and then it became toxic because something happened? Then, you know, there's obviously the course of going through therapy. If it was toxic to begin with, or it developed to be like, you know, toxic and you're like relatively early on, then, you know, like it's get out. It's too early, you know, like there shouldn't be a reason, or it's a thing of like depending on who the partner that is toxic, or if you're both toxic together, like that's both on like you to figure yourself out individually first before you go into the relationship.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just depends on how toxic it is, you know? Like,
Yeah, obviously.
yeah. So,
Yeah. It can't be if it's abuse, then like no matter how long you've been together, it's over. Like you go on.
you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
You're done. Like there's a limit to reach. But if it's like, you know, toxic behaviors and stuff, like, you know, like a lot of nagging and like, you know, even like resentments and stuff like that build up being toxic, that depends on your relationship. If you're married for like 10 years or whatever, therapy, of course it's therapy. It has to be something else that happened, you know?
Yeah. I will agree. I think that it's something that every single situation is unique. So there's no absolutes. It's not like a relationship can't potentially work out, or a relationship isn't potentially just completely doomed. However, I think statistically and realistically, the vast majority of the time, if a relationship becomes toxic, it is not salvageable.
Yeah, it's over and done with at that point already.
And
If it's... Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say the biggest reason for that is because when you're in that relationship, whether it's one or both people, because sometimes someone initiates toxicity and the other person has kind of no choice but to kind of rise to toxicity themselves.
Yeah.
You know, or there are other things that just cause the situation to become toxic, even if neither person is quote unquote a bad person, right? Like there's just
things escalate. Like you're put in a situation where you end up being this person, you know, that you might not usually be.
Yeah, exactly. But regardless of that, the whole point is that when toxicity happens in relationships, it creates habits that are formed in the brain. It creates things that become like associations people make, right? People start to associate those bad behaviors, those toxic behaviors, with their partner. It's the things like, you know, when you get into abusive relationships or whatever it might be, and people are doing things like walking on eggshells. You know, if they're like on the other end, if they're on the receiving end of like abuse or something like that, right? Or just dealing with someone who is very toxic. A lot of those things, even with therapy, they can be unlearned for like their general life. And people who
but
are
if the
abusive,
damage is done, it's done.
Yeah,
basically, right? Like,
and I think
go on.
people who are abusive, I think people who are abusive can also get help and therapy, right? I don't think that anyone is like, you know, beyond saving unless they literally have some kind of whatever,
No.
like it's medically deemed beyond saving,
Yeah.
right? Like I don't think it's up to us to make that decision. But it doesn't matter if someone is able to get help, get therapy, whatever, stop an abusive behavior. A lot of those things in the brain are tied to that relationship. So it's kind of like I don't know, if you had a traumatic experience somewhere, and instead of just moving on with your life and trying to create new experiences, you're like, I'm going to go back and put myself back in that experience and not expect to potentially have things like re-triggered, right?
Yeah.
So I see relationships too often where that kind of thing happens. People, oh, we took a break or we did this or whatever happens. And then it just doesn't work out. Because even if people took the time to get better, it all falls apart because all of a sudden they're back in the same situations. And
even
those
if
things
you
are
get
still
better,
there.
you might not be compatible anymore at that point, you know?
That's
you might not
true
work.
too, yeah.
I also think, like, when I see the question, I hear it like from a stance of trying to work out a toxic relationship, and I can tell you it sounds like, you know, because when you're in a relationship, even though it goes toxic, you still remember that person that like was good and you had great moments and whatever, and you want to stick to that, so you're hoping to work it out. It's probably the hardest idea to just go, but you have to go. Like you have to leave and you have to move on and you have to take both your space. Because I'm reading the question like if it's like a person who's like, you know, should I work out this toxic relation? Like will I still, you know, if we go to therapy, will it get better? You know, like that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for me, what I was gonna say is, if it's toxic to the point where you tell your friends about a lot about the relationship, I'm sorry, I don't know. It might not be able to work out. Maybe it can, but if it's toxic to the point where you think it's okay to not tell friends and stuff, and it's easy to kind of work it out, maybe therapy would work.
Work it out with your partner instead of going outside to ask.
So I would say, like, if you start telling your friends about your relationship and the bad stuff about it, I think it's a no-go. So
Yeah. No, toxic is hard, but it's yeah, no, I agree with Marina and Kage. It's freaking, sometimes the damage is done, sometimes you can salvage, but then it's just it doesn't work out the way you might think, and most of the time toxic is just, as soon as it becomes toxic, it's over then at that point already.
Yeah. And a lot of the time when toxic relationships end, it's not mutual. One person, usually the abuser, is the person that's latching on because they don't want to lose what they have. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
They're familiar with their toxicity. Yeah. Sometimes it's a matter of either keeping that control or the fear of not finding somebody else or whatever it might be. So
yeah.
Just be careful. Yeah, watch out for yourself is what I would say.
Yeah. I know it's it's not easy to freaking everyone. It's like one of those things where it's like everyone, even when you go tell your people from the outside, like if you go tell your friends and stuff like that, that's you probably trying to salvage, like, you know, trying to go for outside help or whatever, and you're still trying to work things out. It's not easy to stand up and finally leave, but when you're already, like Kage said, when you're already trying to like go to everybody and ask, like, you know, is this really toxic? Is this bad? Or like telling them about like how bad it is, like it's already, you know, it's already over at that point.
Yeah.
It just depends on when you get the courage to actually leave.
Yeah. Well said.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add on that, Kage?
No, that's pretty much nailed it. So
yeah.
Pug.
All right, yeah. It's been about an hour, so I'd like to check in and see if anyone needs like a restroom break or a water break or anything. If we want to take 5 or we want to keep going.
I mean, I'm down to keep going.
I'm good.
You're good? Okay. Then we'll keep going. We'll keep going. All right. All right. Someone says, slightly joke question, but what's the most attractive fandom someone can be in? I.e., for example, I find some people in the Warhammer 40k fandom attractive. So like what could a person say to you that if they said they were into this, you'd be like, oh yeah, you're hotter?
Star
Wars for you?
Fuck not Star Wars.
What?
Absolutely not. I had a Star Wars ex-partner. You ain't, no way.
Okay. To be honest, every fandom has, you know, a bad person. Okay, so maybe you just got the bad one. So
Souls games,
Um,
I think you got to be careful there. I've met a lot of people from the
Okay,
Souls
I'm
fandom
biased.
that
I'm
are-
only thinking about one person, and it's let me solo her. Okay, he's very attractive to me. Okay, and he's part of the
Okay, well,
Souls
that's-
game fandom.
That's different.
So
That's different. Let me
Humph.
solo her is like their own thing. You just imagine you're just like trying to get it onto someone, right? And you're
So
just
they
like,
put
oh,
on
I'm
the
having
bucket
trouble
hat.
today, right? You're like, oh, I'm having trouble today, and they're like, yeah, get good. And you're like, what? Huh?
Yeah. No, I don't know. What kind of fandom? Um, I don't think I have a fandom, but there's like specific. I like anyone who's like. They're the type of person in fandoms. The people who like to like learn or like are really passionate about a fandom are the most attractive ones, depending on who it is. Anyone who's
Passionate
like
people
really
in
passionate
general,
about
yes.
exactly, in general. But like anyone who's really passionate in the fandom is probably the most attractive because like it is so it's like hypnotizing to listen to someone talk about their passion and stuff.
there's
I
a
think
VTuber
people-
fandom. Nah, fam. Nah.
No, but
Oh my
VTubers
gosh.
are very hot, but
See, it really depends because like the problem is I meet people that are like, oh yeah, I like VTubers, and so like for example, I was out at like a store, right, and the cashier, like I asked them if they had any VTuber merch, and they're like, oh no, I wish. And I was like, oh, you like VTubers? And I feel like this happens way more often than not when people are like, I like VTubers. Like, oh, who do you watch? And they're just like, Corpo VTuber, Corpo VTuber, Corpo
Yeah,
VTuber,
yeah.
Corpo VTuber. And it's just like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but I don't know.
Normal
It's-
VTuber fans are like K-pop stans. It's like liking a
yeah.
group.
I guess so.
Right? Like they
Yeah.
like the corporal VTubers and they like the group and they like the new people that come out, you know, like their idols, right? So that's why I'm saying K-pop
Yeah.
stans. They follow their
Yeah.
idols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't hate corporate VTubers, chat.
No.
There are plenty of wonderful corporate VTubers.
Yeah, they're
I just think
cool.
it's funny when people are like, they say they're into VTubers, but all they know is like major corporations, right? Instead of like having any kind of connection with indies or anything like that, right?
Well, that's true. That's true. The freaking they might not just want to say anything less because like when you talk about if you're into a fandom, you're going to name the most popular things first, right? Before you find out if they know any indie stuff.
No, I want to go up to someone at the store and be like, "Who do you watch?" And they're like, "Low Lotus
Marina?
and Kage." Yeah.
I
Yo,
watched
if I
this
find
VTuber called Marina.
Dude, if I find
Crazy.
someone like wearing my merch outside, like randomly, I don't know how I would feel.
That's a good
Yeah,
question. I heard
I
that someone
live-
talked about me in a college once. They were having a
Oh my
conversation about
gosh.
VTubers, and I was like, "What?" Yeah, it was one of my mods who overheard it, and they were like, "No way!" And they were like, "Oh, I'm a mod for her." And I was like, "What the fuck?" That was the craziest experience.
That's wild. Yeah, I was gonna say I live for the day where I ask someone that question or I meet someone or whatever, and yeah, they say Marina or like whatever, and they don't know who I am. I'm just like,
You have that already. You have my brother.
So that's that's the next question. You ask someone that question, right? Because you're curious, and they say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I love Lotus," and they don't know who you are. Do you tell them that's me, or do you go, "Oh, that's cool"?
No, I go,
And-
"Oh,
and
that's
walk
cool."
away.
I go, "Oh, that's cool," 100%. I don't say that and walk away, but like I'll talk to them about it. I just won't tell
Yeah.
them.
No,
I don't know,
I didn't mean like
it's-
walk away
I
that
feel
minute
like-
or like.
I don't know. I don't think I could. I feel too full of myself to be like, "Yeah, that's me, by the way." No. Well, you're looking at her right now. There's no way I could do that. That is such a. I'd be like, "Wow, that's so cool," you know, and like walk off feeling a bit
That's
chuffed
why you're
about
gonna be like,
of myself.
"Oh
you
no,
know, like,
I just dropped my phone with VTube Studio open and my model running. Can you pick that up for me?"
my double life. It's like Hannah Montana when she takes the wig off. Oh my god, they know.
You get that the Hannah Montana theme song playing in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of like the VTuber meme where like they don't know I'm a VTuber, it's like a panicked version in the corner says they know I'm a VTuber.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. They know.
Yeah, when I was
Nah,
at like
that's-
TwitchCon, surprisingly, I didn't expect anybody to come up to me and ask for my like autograph and stuff. So I actually had quite a few people that came up to me, and I was
That's
like, "Whoa!"
Did they know? Did they know you? Were they like?
Yeah, they knew me. Well, I had my tag, like when you have the badge, right? It says
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, the
your
okay,
tag.
So I see your name.
So they probably
and, yeah.
saw my name and they're like, "Oh my god, you're Kage." I'm like, "Huh? Yeah." Cool. And they're like, "Yo, can you sign this? Like, I love your streams and stuff." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And yeah, so.
That's really cool.
Are you guys going to
That's
TwitchCon?
neat.
Yes.
I would like to. Yeah, I'm.
You're
planning
going,
I'm not
on
gonna
right?
afford it.
Yeah, that's.
You're gonna
I'm
sign
in the
my
same
dill
boat.
pickle. You guys are signing my dill
Yeah,
pickle.
I'll sign your dill pickle.
Yeah, sure. I'll sign whatever you want.
Is it an actual like? Is it like a one you store in a jar and like you just pull out to like sign?
No. So there's a whole fucking story with that. So again, it was the ALA trip, and so we were like going to go out to eat at Korean barbecue with like Numi and them. I was sitting in the back, and behind Numi's seat there was like a black box, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And then I opened it, and it was a dill pickle. We call it a dill pickle.
A dill
for
pickle.
streaming purposes.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, "What the hell is this doing in there?" And Numi was like, "Oh, this is supposed to be for Bao, but she said it was too big, so she just gave it back. And now it's yours, Kage."
Nice.
And I'm like, "Huh?"
I love that for you.
A
I
free
would love to
dill
sign
pickle.
that.
Yeah. And then
Just
so
for
I was
you.
like, I can't really use
can't
this.
say no to
So
that.
You gotta
yeah,
use it
I
for your
decided
dual
to have
wielding
people sign
strap.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna have every VTuber sign it. All of my VTuber friends sign it. So far I got a couple. So I'm gonna bring it to TwitchCon. I'll be that guy that's known to carry the dill pickle around. So
All right.
you going-
That's how we'll
Yeah,
spot you.
Are you
Mhm.
going to Offkai?
yeah, I'm going there too.
Oh, well then we'll see
okay.
you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
Okay,
see you
you're
there.
you're gonna sign it there.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's what I was gonna say is like
we're
Offkai
going
will be the
Offkai.
first time. Yeah, it'll be the first time I'm
Mm.
at a con.
Same.
It's a VTuber con, and I just
It's my first con.
it's
I've never
definitely
been to a convention
nerve-wracking.
before. It's
my
just I've never
favorite.
had nerdy friends, except I've always been the lone nerdy person. I went to
Oh my
WoW by
God.
myself.
Wait, you've never been to a
So-
con? Is that what you just
No,
said?
I've never been to a con. I've never
Dude,
been to
yeah.
a convention.
Oh my
Actually,
god.
same too. Like the first con I went to was the TwitchCon San Diego.
Yeah,
Last
I
year.
don't know. I
That
was
was the
always
first
like,
time
I
I
was always a
went.
nerd by myself. Like everyone else, all my friends were like traveling friends or party friends, and so like everyone else was not into nerdy stuff. So I never had anyone to go to cons. I didn't want to go to a con by myself.
Yeah,
I
same.
really
Yeah.
want to go to Renaissance Fair sometimes this year.
A
Let me
Renaissance.
see. When is
Yeah, I want to dress like a fairy.
Oh yeah, July
Frolic.
1st through 4th.
Doesn't
Okay,
that sound
so you
good?
see-
Frolicking.
I love that. Yeah. What you have to do is you have to stay for 2 weeks after.
2
You
weeks
stay in-
after.
yeah.
Yeah. Stay for 2 weeks after and then go to Anime Expo on the 1st of July and then leave after that.
Oh, I can't go.
That's what you
AX.
do.
I can't stay
No?
for 2 weeks.
The way you said that,
after.
are you like, are you banned? Are you?
No, it's just that money.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm traveling a lot.
No,
Actually,
me too. I'm
yeah,
traveling a lot
so-
this year. There's no way.
Yeah, I traveled so much last year. No
I
one's
have
traveling a lot this year.
Norway. I have expos, and then I have Norway, and then I have expos.
Yeah, I'm going to Korea.
That's fucked up. I'm going in the
to
luggage.
Offkai and TwitchCon. So
Hmm. Yeah,
Especially
I haven't been to Anime
TwitchCon.
Expo in a really long time.
Vegas TwitchCon this year though. I know I'm gonna be spending a lot of money.
You could be
Yeah.
making a lot of money
Vegas.
too. You know.
Oh no!
Who
Don't try to make me feel all like oh my god. Okay, yeah, you're right. No. I can't have that mentality. I give in easily.
Oh yeah.
Lotus,
Okay, you're like
can't-
me. I have an
can't.
addictive personality. I can't touch it. Otherwise, it'll be
Yeah.
over for me.
Yeah, you're gonna if you just be like, oh, but you're gonna make a lot, Kage. You're
No,
fine.
it's
Just put in
over.
100. You're
Like,
gonna
I'll
make
put in.
Don't do this to
Yeah,
me. Don't do this
it's
to me.
5,000 later. It's over. It's over
Yeah.
for me.
Man.
I don't even have $5,000. I just took it from somebody.
I'm excited too, Roy. I'm so excited. It's gonna be
Roy's
so fun to
going?
see everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roy's gonna be there. You met Roy at TwitchCon.
Yeah,
right?
I met Roy at TwitchCon. He's fucking cool.
Yeah,
He's so cool.
I'm so excited
very
to see
excited.
everyone.
I'm very nervous, but you know what? I'm less nervous because now that Marina's been over and I know like a physical person that I can hide behind.
Yeah, no, you'll be able to hang out
Hide
with me and
behind
Fen the whole
failed
time.
because I'm way taller.
Oh my god, you'll
I'll
be able
hide
to hang
behind
out.
like a tree, but it doesn't
way
work.
taller. I don't know about way taller.
Okay, I'm like a good length taller, not way taller.
That's true. That's true. How tall are you, Kage?
I'm 6 feet.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
so I'm shorter.
Okay.
Yeah, when I went to TwitchCon, everybody was like, "Oh my god, Kage, what the fuck? You're so tall." I'm like, "Yeah, wait, why am I? What the fuck?"
All of a
It's not
sudden
like
your
I'm
height
calling
kicks
out
in,
all
you're
the
like,
other
"Wait."
VTubers that sure.
No, but that's the same. I felt like I didn't think I was that tall until I started talking to every VTuber about their height, and I'm like, why am I taller than everybody?
Yeah, right. I feel like every female VTuber I talk to is like,
It's like
haha,
5'2".
I'm 4'9", I'm
Or
5'1",
like, yeah,
I'm 5'2".
4'11".
Yeah.
And I'm like, hello, I'm 5'6", bro, 5'7".
Yeah.
I'm medium. Thank you.
All right. We can let's pop back into a question. Let's
Yeah.
find one that someone's oh, this is okay. So relevant to our conversation earlier. When does a penis become too big?
Oh, that depends on the person, right? Well, I would say
yeah, that's exactly what I would say.
9 inches, but maybe something like that. Depends on the girth also.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if someone's got like a 5-incher, but it's like a
It's dummy thick, bro.
Yeah.
But no,
like
it depends on the girth also.
Cup.
Based on my knowledge on the internet and on the people
also-
and the friends that I talk to, I think it becomes too big after 8. So
Yeah, right. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just it also depends on the person and how much they can handle. But literally, as like 8-9 inches it gets too much, and depending on the girth also.
Yeah.
But it's just too much.
Melody brings up a
again,
good
it's
point
about
too.
how
Yeah.
you use it. It's the motion of the
Average.
ocean.
Yeah.
Average vagina is 3 inches deep and can go up to 5 inches typically.
3
Yep.
inchers unite.
true.
3 inchers unite. 3 inchers unite. 3 inchers in the chat. You hear that? All you need is 3 inches, and it's enough. It's enough.
Oh my god.
Don't
do
worry
be
about your
limited room down
size.
there. It's
Don't
true.
be insecure about your 3-incher. It's good enough. Good enough.
Let's
As long
go,
as-
Vlad.
As long as let's fucking go. I'm sorry, I gotta hype up my 3 inchers in the chat. The tiny
I
Timmies.
appreciate
Let's
my
fucking
community
go.
is all the ones.
The 3mm destroyers. Let's fucking go, guys.
Yeah, the way you do the like, 1's in chat, 2's in chat, 1 incher's in chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure it might fall into TOS to ask your chat to type their penis sizes into your chat.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, don't.
Your
don't do
Minecraft pickaxe. Yeah.
that. Your Minecraft.
Yeah. The diamond pickaxe. Is that a diamond? Or a bronze?
Oh
Or
my gosh.
No, it has to be a
iron.
diamond because
Hi,
it's the
Palmito.
right size, right?
Yeah.
Because they said it's 3 inches is all you need, so it has to be diamond.
There do be
Yep.
a limited room down there. It's not an endless void. Yeah, it's as unlike the hentai. And that's the thing. Is like,
I wish it was an endless void. Me and the monsters would have a great time.
yeah, right. It's like, and I think that's something that's important to bring up too. Is like, it's totally fine and valid to engage in like sexual fantasies and fantasy content and stuff like that, as long as you understand that it is a fantasy, right?
Yeah, no,
Like-
absolutely.
Yeah, like
I
you
would
could be
physically
watching.
pass away.
Yeah, you could be watching like some kind of hentai with monsters and stuff where like, the penis is giant and it's like stretching half the body, but that's obviously not realistic. And as long as people don't actually start to fetishize like oh, I want to stretch someone out with something really giant, or like I want to stretch myself
No,
out. Again, it's
that's like at that point it becomes a health hazard. Like
yeah, it's talking to doctors about what's healthy. If you want to do anything outside the norm,
same with like
it's knowing
kinks
your
though.
body.
Kinks you have to be
Yeah,
careful, right? Like there's people with
it's
inflation
true.
kinks and stuff, and I've
Yeah,
known like horror stories of people who take it way too far, you know?
yeah,
So it's like you have to be safe with whatever kink you're in if you
yeah.
want to go from a
How many
fantasy to reality.
times is your ex? Yes, yes, yes. You only need 5 inches or so. It's like having a car that can go 250 miles per hour, but the speed limit is 60 miles per hour. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Um, or the tentacles come out the mouth from another. Yeah, yeah,
Oh God.
yeah. Like you can watch something like all the way through, but you know that that's not a human reality. But
Yeah, no, there's a
if
reason
there's
it's animated.
if it tickles your brain in some kind of weird way, and you healthily understand it's a fantasy, uh,
If you have an inability to understand fantasy, that is a mental thing problem to begin with, because even it's a studied fact that people can discern reality from fantasy. If you can't discern it already, then you're in trouble.
yeah. Isn't 6 the average? No, 4 to
Whoa.
5. Like Vulcan said, like 4 to 5 is
Six
the
average. It
average.
also depends on the country.
Yeah, it
Every
depends on
country has their
genetics.
own like
Yeah.
average size and stuff like that. So some people are fucking insane. 7
And
average I've seen in one country. What?
List it. List the country. I'm just kidding.
Cog,
I bet
that's
you
so
can find
terrible.
it.
What country? Where though? Like what's
Yeah,
what's
just for
But
areas
the
that I
scary
shouldn't
part
be
is it's
going
an
to.
average. So that means there's gotta be a higher than average, population. Spooky, scary.
Yeah.
Those are classified weapons. You're concealing a weapon at that point.
Um all right. Let me see what else we got. Um
They should make
Weapon of
average
mass
just
destruction,
3 inches.
exactly.
oh, here's an interesting one. What should you do if you're in a long-term relationship and
You're
figure
from the
out
anime?
partway through God damn it. You figure out partway through that your sexuality is not what you thought it was. How do you break this to your partner?
Isn't that
Oof.
okay? Because I know like you're like born like that, right? So
Well, yeah, and it's like up to when you find out and stuff. I know a story of a friend who found out she was a lesbian mid-intercourse with her partner, and then told her partner mid-intercourse. I was like, oof. And then they ended it.
Yeah, that sounds
yeah, that's
That's
pretty
not
much
the right way to do it.
it.
That is not the right way. That's not
that
the
sounds
appropriate way to
traumatizing
go about
to the
it.
other partner.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
God.
because I
That'd
actually
be
have
rough.
I have a gay friend that always comes over to my place, and he said that he used to have a girlfriend a long time ago too, and he then found out that he was like he was gay, so he just pretty much told her that he was gay. So it was like a mutual breakup. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
as long as your partner understands.
It depends on the sexuality change to begin with.
Yeah,
If you're
and if
finding out you're
you're
asexual, it's a whole different
yeah.
things about your sexual dynamic. And then if you're finding out that like, if you're bi with your partner, then you just tell them, you're bi, but nothing really changes because you're bi, right? So
Here's
uh,
here's the thing. If your partner doesn't support you for like breaking up because of that, yeah, fuck them. They ain't
Well,
even
then
gonna
they-
be your partner.
that's true.
That
Yeah.
they shouldn't even. You,
you
shouldn't
wouldn't
even
want
be with
someone
that
who doesn't
person.
support you no matter
Yeah.
what anyways,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah. So yeah, fuck them. And
Yeah.
you do you, slay, be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to do, fucking slay, do your shit. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yeah, because it's the same
Slay.
thing. Hi, Heavenly. It's the same
Heavenly
thing
Father.
with what do you call it? It's the same thing with like gender identity, right? Like if someone realizes that they're trans in the middle of a relationship, I've heard that story tons of times, right? Where someone realizes or someone
Oh
comes out in the
yeah.
middle of a relationship, and sometimes the partner is okay with it and sometimes they're not, and that's just something you have to know. It's just life,
Yeah.
right? If they're not a bad person,
Yeah.
or
Well, they could happen to be straight, and you find out that you could be the opposite gender and they're not attracted to that gender, so that could be whatever, or they could be like, I'm
yeah,
down to run with you.
yeah, that's true. Some people are able to, and some people are not, and some people, I think the thing too is like some people I think are very afraid, because they know that they're not like transphobic or anything like that, but they're very afraid of being in a relationship where like uh their partner has come out as trans, and then all of a sudden they're worried about seeming insensitive, or like they're a piece of shit, or like they don't want to be an asshole, right? Like all
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's very valid to feel that, but also to know like both people need to know
Yeah.
that when anything in a relationship changes, and no matter what, like any relationship can end at any point. It doesn't make someone an asshole for wanting to end a relationship, right? Like,
Yeah, no, literally
think,
for anything.
yeah,
It's people overthink reasons to end a relationship. If you find out that you don't match even on little things like day-to-day task or stuff or chores or how you handle your environment and stuff, and you can't adapt to the other person, that would be a
yeah,
valid enough reason, because those little things add up and those little things happen every day, right? So like
no,
they're completely valid reasons. It could be as quote unquote small, but it's not small at all. It's just, are you compatible as a person? You
yeah,
know?
yeah. I see Graves saying, "Can't wait for Heavenly to get on the show." I would love to have Heavenly on if Heavenly ever wants to pop on. We broke our male VTuber cherry today. Kage is the first male VTuber ever to pop on
Heavenly, I
and provide
beat you to
advice.
it. Ha ha ha
It's been really fun getting the kind of getting your insight on things and your perspective.
Mm.
But yeah, I look forward to having a whole bunch of people on. We got Roy and Striker in chat too. Would love to have them on sometime. But yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Any other thoughts on this one then?
Long-term
thoughts,
relationship?
period.
Nah, I mean, how long is it? How long term? Like if it's like 8 years or 10 years, I can see why you would be really scared to break up with your partner.
That's true, yeah.
But if you
Also,
think,
I can see
yeah,
how hard that would have been to find out so late into a
yeah,
relationship.
Yeah. I think
So it
communication is key
depends.
though.
yeah, as long as your partner supports you, then yeah.
How you
You
break it
always
to your partner is not easy, right? There's not really, I don't know, there's obviously a wrong time, but there's also not very much a right time. You just kind of have
yeah.
to just come up and communicate and have this talk.
Hmm?
And there's probably bound to be confusion, right?
Mhm.
Someone may not know how to react to that, right?
Yeah.
Zach Swin, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. Thank
I
you.
would say like from what I've seen, I don't know. You guys watch like Bohemian Rhapsody, like Queen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Movie.
yeah, yeah.
Have you seen the movie Bohemian Rhapsody
Yeah, I've seen it.
with Rami Malek when
Yeah.
he was dating the girl and then he found out that he was like um he was gay too. He
Yeah.
also liked men, and then the way he broke it out to her kind of thing. It was just, it kind of reminded me of like that.
Yeah. And that but that was a nice one too, because she stayed being his friend forever.
Yep. So
Yeah, and sometimes that situation happens, right? Sometimes people,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, the best thing you can do, I think, is just try to communicate that and find comfort in knowing that they would rather know than you lie to them, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing you can do.
And if
in
you
that
keep
situation.
holding on to that, you might build up, it might change you personally, it might even fuck up your relationship. So it's good to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
there you go, as soon as you can.
Yeah.
So
Letting things build up in general is no good.
yeah, don't build it up.
Unless it's sexual tension.
Play this
Um,
song in the background.
all right, we can pull another question. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Any advice for initiating sex? I might find it hard because I have social anxiety, but I'm probably overthinking it.
Okay, the question from Kage back in the day. I gotta think it up a little bit. Lola.
I can't. I don't know, because anything that happened was always it. Like, I mean, for me, it's always been like I've never been I've had some hookups, but I've always been like a more of a relationship person than a hookup person. So anything that happened was obviously like the first time of like a relationship where it's kind of awkward and you're both slowly, like might be taking you off your clothes, or like it's both like the opposite where it's like the clothes fly off or whatever. There's never been like a hard to initiate because it's been from like both parties. So I don't know. It's always been relationship something. So I've never had that initiation problem, to be exact.
As a Riz Kage, it also depends on the situation. So initiating sex, all right, is this towards like someone that you like that you guys are not dating, or you guys just started dating, you guys haven't done it yet? It just depends. Okay, let's say if it's, for example, like someone that you like, I personally, from what I've experienced, is definitely getting to know them. Maybe go out, have like a hangout, or go to like a bar or something, and just, for me, I think bars for me is good to like socialize. So getting to know them and stuff. If you click with that specific person, then good for you. You could take them back, and then it usually rolls. It just keeps going. Like, you don't really have to do much as long as you got that initial conversation going. It just goes, it follows through. But if it doesn't go through, then it just boom, it cuts, then gone. But
that's
like,
it. And you try again another day or with someone else. And
it's the same thing like going first base, second base, third base, and home base kind of thing.
It can be always like a little awkward as you figure out another person, whatever, and like one to like, push a little boundaries and freaking be a little bit more sexual than before or whatever. Sometimes when you're trying to read the room, especially if you're anxious. But I just realized the second part too. You said you might have social anxiety as well. Just think of it as this way: if they just turn you down, they just turn you down. Like, there's really nothing you can do. You just live your life, just move on. Handling
to the next
rejection
person.
is hard. It's I mean, for example, with ADHD, there's rejection sensitivity dysphoria, right? So like handling any kind of criticism or rejection is like, it's like heart wrenching, even though like it's not that big a deal, right? Like you react to it extremely emotionally. But with social anxiety, it's more of a thing that like you can almost have to ease your way and slowly learn yourself. It's like one of those you have to just kind of do.
It's your own battle, to be honest,
and to get more comfortable. There is no really easy way to overcome it other than like easing your way or slowly going within whatever you're comfortable. And you have to, any social skills is something you can learn. Like, you can learn to talk better, to conversate better, even with no matter the amount of social anxiety. Like, I've had like diagnosed social anxiety disorder since I was like 14 or something, right? Like, it's something you have to slowly develop and learn.
Lola, you're killing it too. I didn't even realize you had like a diagnosis with social anxiety. Like, you're killing it.
Social anxiety, ADHD, and I used to have a generalized anxiety, but no more. It's gone. That bitch is dead.
I would say, like, for me, what helps me with like my social anxiety is like, it's either you do it or you just keep thinking about it. Like, you just don't do it, and all you got to do is think. For me, it's like, it is what it is kind of situation. You live life, you just move on.
You kind of have to make yourself a bit uncomfortable, but like also take it as,
like, do you want to know, or are you just going to keep questioning yourself of what's a scenario if it's going to happen? Do you want to know, or are you just going to keep thinking about it for the rest of your life? So I'm going with like, I want to know. I don't want to keep thinking about this. I don't want this in my head forever. Be like, oh, I should have asked. What if it went well? I should have just done it. And, it's either you do it or you don't. So I'm sorry, that's just mine.
I agree.
Yeah, Yeah, I think especially depending on like where in the relationship this is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because
Especially.
if you're in a relationship and you're still kind of feeling anxiety about it, if they're your partner, right? Like you're in a relationship, communicate, you know?
Yeah,
Let
communicate. And
someone
also,
know
there's
like that you're getting a bit of anxiety, and I mean, because they should know that about
yeah,
you, right? Like if
yeah,
you're in a
and they
relationship,
should,
they should
it should be
know.
something you work out. That you shouldn't feel anxious when talking to be doing anything or
Yeah.
talking to your partner about sexual stuff. So it's something that it has to be worked out in a relationship, right? If you're the start stage, then like it's gonna be a little awkward, you know. It depends. It could be a little awkward or be extremely steamy. It's one or the other, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, my advice is not just for sex or any of that, as well as also for like if you're a VTuber or a streamer, if you want to like talk to collab with someone, just go do it. It's
Yeah,
either
just try it.
yeah, it's like it is what it is.
The worst
What are
thing
they
is
gonna
gonna be a
say?
no, and
No
that's it.
or being
Yeah.
aired. So, and then you'll know who they are. So
Yeah.
instead of just keep questioning yourself, you're like, oh my god, should I ask? And you just keep thinking about it for the longest time. So
I agree.
I made a lot
know
of
what-
friends because of my mentality. It is what it is. So I just kept asking people, and then boom, it worked.
You know what I can't stop thinking about?
Me.
Riz Kage.
What?
Same.
Wait, why?
Cause now Riz Kage, Marizna, Low
You know what
Riz.
Oh my god. Okay, so I saw you. You want to
Right?
know what happens when someone has really bad riz, like creepy riz? There's
What?
someone. It's like harassment.
Oh.
Fucking pepper spray riz. There was freaking restraining
no.
order. I was like, oh my god. That's like,
Oh my
they have like
gosh.
negative riz, like they're trying to have riz, but then it's just
Yeah.
backfiring.
Yeah. I love that. Acrovex, thank you so much for the
Restraining order.
raid. I really appreciate it. Welcome on in, raiders. We're doing a sex ed and relationship advice stream right now with Kage and Lotus. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
you
Lotus?
mean
I
the
don't have
Riz
Riz.
Kage?
Oh yeah, Riz Kage and Low Riz.
I have stupid riz.
What are you
People
talking
like
about?
me
You
'cause
were
I'm
literally answering all the other questions with like perfection. That's Riz. You know your stuff.
I have too aloof to be bothered riz.
Still Riz.
You know when you when you walk around and like because you don't really care, all people think it's confidence. I'm like, no, I just still just
That's Riz.
thanks.
I need to rename this emote to Marizna now.
Oh, that's
Marizna.
epic. Do it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. Marizna.
Little
Oh yeah, I hope we
Riz.
answered your question. Like,
Yeah, I feel like we kind of went all over the place with this one. That was good.
Not the Rizna. Oh my god, Rizna.
All right. Okay, we can take this one. So I am AFAB, assigned female at birth. FTM, female to male, and I'm plus size.
can you guys educate me? What is the AFAB?
Yes,
FTM?
of course. Sure, I'll do that and then I'll read it again. So AFAB, and earlier we had one that said AMAB, has to do with what someone is assigned at birth, meaning like the doctor says, oh, this is a boy or this is a girl or whatever, right? And if someone ends up being trans later in life, they usually, like, for context or for medical reasons or whatever, they might tell someone that they're AFAB or AMAB, which means like it's essentially saying like when I was born they thought I was a male, or when I was born they thought I was a female, kind of a thing. Does that make sense?
So in a way,
So
they
if
are
someone-
trans, right?
Yeah, no,
Wait,
it's a
yeah,
trans
okay.
term. It is a trans term.
Oh,
It is
okay,
a trans
okay.
term.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
So
Assigned it.
FTM is
Okay.
a trans term that means they
Female to male? Is that what
yeah,
it's
female
female to male.
Got
to
it.
male.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's how they transitioned.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
MTF is male to female.
MTF. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
I'm
just
learning a lot.
Yeah. So AFAB, again, assigned female at birth, and AMAB would
Learning
be
what
assigned
we
male
know.
at birth. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Got it.
So this person is basically just saying they are a trans man or trans masculine. Okay. So they said my hubby wants me to sit on his face, but I'm terrified I'll crush him, so I've never done it. Any tips on getting over my fear of crushing him? Because I'd really like to try this, or will I actually crush him?
Now, that's a kink.
This is a good question.
This is just like me.
Yeah, I was about to say, I love having my face set on.
Yo, I think your hubby will love it.
I have the fucking ass crusher.
Can confirm.
Do it.
It's good though. It's
if they broke their nose and their friends are like, dude, what happened to your nose? I mean,
you just have to slowly. I mean, if you're uncomfortable with it, but you're down to try, just sit on their face slowly, and then freaking make them tap out if they think it's too much. You know, that's it.
Yeah. So, what I would say is I would try to Google this question and find anything that might be videos or someone has explained their approach to this. But you can keep in mind where you're putting your pressure on your body, right? Because the idea generally of sitting on someone's face and playing out that fantasy doesn't always include actually sitting or putting all of your body weight on someone's face.
You just need the cheeks and that's it.
Yeah, generally it's something that can starting in like if it's just, you have to remember your comfort is important too, right? So starting in a position that's comfortable for you, when you're worried about this, you don't want to have anxiety over it. You want to enjoy yourself, right? And you want your husband to enjoy themselves. I would recommend starting in like a 69 position, right? Where you're on top of them and your butt's like kind of in their face, right? It's not quite sitting on their face, but it's a good start to kind of get in that area, right?
And you're usually mostly like straddling over their face type of thing, rather than fully leaning your weight. You have like a bit leaning on your knee, such like that, you know?
Yeah, and that's
do not fart on their faces. Do not do it. You're evil if you do that.
Maybe they have a kink.
Oh no, that's pink eye galore, man. That's pink eye both eyes.
Some people are into that.
Oh no,
exactly. Some people. That's what I'm saying.
I can't get the pink eyes, man. Oh god. What? I mean. You know what? Yeah, you do you. Slay, I guess. But I don't, nah. That's evil. That's evil on my end. That's the devil's whisk.
The pink eye of love, exactly.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, I mean, do it. I mean, I'll just do it, yeah. I would say, like, have your, husband, have, like, a little thing where, like, your husband needs to breathe or something. You could just tap your leg or something like that. So...
Yes, I mean this goes for any kind of play, sex play or whatever, right? Like make sure you have like a you've discussed safe words or symbols or whatever, right? And I would say discuss this too, like, tap on my leg 3 times, like give me a or something if you need me to get up, right? Like some kind of signs and symbols and things like that. But yeah, I would go slow, play it safe. You can kind of go a little bit more based on what you're comfortable with and what they're comfortable with, right? But starting in that 69 position and then kind of like angling yourself or sitting up. But again, like Lotus mentioned, putting your weight on your your shins, your legs, your knees, your feet, all that whole area, right? That should be where most of your weight is going, and you're kind of just like lowering your butt onto their face.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the
it's like the idea, when you sit on the edge of a chair and like you're using like your knees and stuff, or you're kind of leaning on the chair and the chair is not taking your entire weight, It's kind of like that, where like you put on some weight, but you're mostly like using like your legs and stuff to like hold you up.
Yeah. And whoever wrote this, I don't know if you're dominant, submissive, switch, or anything like that, what kind of energy you bring to the bedroom. But another thing to keep in mind is that a lot of the time for the people that enjoy face sitting, it may be a submissive thing for them. And so if you are dominant or a switch or something, or, are comfortable bringing that kind of dominant energy, you can also kind of recreate what is hot about things like that in other ways. You know, things like just grabbing your partner's head and kind of like holding it, or you know, pushing it into areas, directing them to do things to you, stuff like that.
Damn.
That's all ways that you can kind of explore that idea if it's a submissive thing to them, if that makes sense, right?
Wait,
For some people, what's up, Kage?
I have a question for you. After you can explain.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys after.
I was just gonna say, for some people, it's not a submissive thing. It's, you know, it might be a smell or a taste or whatever it might be. It might be like, you know, the feeling of, you know, just having someone on them. Like, it could be a number of things, but having that communication and figuring out ways to kind of, you know, get to a good kind of compromise for what you're comfortable with. Might be good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
what's your question?
My question is, Marina and Lotus, and I guess especially chat, do you guys think I'm very easy to dom?
Yes.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm sorry.
Marina, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Give me an answer. What the fuck is that laugh?
Do you not think you are? What do you mean?
I think I am. But
You think you
everybody so far said I'm not. I'm so easily.
Oh, you think you're not easy to dominate, or you think you're easy to dominate?
I think I'm not easy to dominate, but everybody thinks I am.
I mean,
from vibes only right now, not anything. Yes, easy to dominate from it, but I'm sorry.
Damn.
That's
Okay,
coming from
I'm
a
learning.
bottom saying that, so I'm especially sorry.
I want
know
to
what?
test that, Kage. Oh my god.
Nah, we good. Moving on. Okay, thanks for answering. I'm writing this down. This is all research. So far, everybody has said yes. Nobody has said no.
1 for everyone
Fuck.
else, 0 for Kage. Sag. That's what you're writing down, like in your notebook.
It's like a observation, like a study right now.
Research. Yeah, exactly. We love that for you. I mean, what do you, so jokes aside, what do you ever talk about how you identify? Like, do you identify as a dom or a switch or anything like
No,
that?
I don't identify as anything. To be
that's fair
honest, like
too.
I
Some
never
people
really
don't.
think of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I go with what I go. I go with the flow kind of thing.
Yeah.
So-
So like a
that's
switch.
totally-
I guess. Yeah, I
Right?
just
like you're down
like,
for both. It's whatever
So
to be
if you
honest,
had-
like
you're down to be.
if you had a
the-
partner, Kage, and
Mhm.
they were like, "Hey, I kind of want to take control," is that potential? Like, are you down?
Are you just
It
like a down
depends
to
on what-
experiment type of person?
oh god, if it's like something that goes up my ass, no, that takes a little time, guys.
Yeah, not specific. I'm not. That's not what
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
Yeah,
implying.
you know, like
I'm not
that's
implying-
oh.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go with like I want to peg you. It's them
You
saying
can even have
like
soft domination.
I want
you
to
know,
take
like,
control. Yeah, take
Yeah,
control
yeah.
can literally just be like, Kage, I want you to lie on the bed so I can
I
climb
mean,
up on
bro,
top of
if
you.
you know,
And
if
they're
I
just like, you know, they
relax
start-
and still feeling good, then
yeah,
fuck it, do it.
okay, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Base take.
Yeah, to be honest, like before I joined like the VTubing community, I didn't even know what the hell was Dom sub stuff was.
A whole new world.
Yeah, I was a
New
vanilla boy.
fantastic point
I
of
was
view.
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know all what those things were. So, yep, learning new stuff.
Yeah.
Even about
yeah.
Bad Dragon, learned that recently. So never
Yeah.
used it. So
There could be a day.
There could
I don't know.
there could be Kage. That
Is
boy
there-
was
What are
wholesome
you-
and they
can you tell the
corrupted
future?
him. That is true.
I mean, wholesome in my knowledge of things, yeah, but I'm not wholesome in what I did before VTubing community. So I guess I just never knew the meanings
I'm
of
actually,
stuff. I just
I'm
did
actually the
stuff I never knew
same. Not entirely, but I was like, I did a lot of things, but I was not nearly as knowledgeable as I was before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like saying like I like this specific dessert. I just don't know the name of it, but I just choose it because you know I've had it before and it's good.
Right.
I don't know if that's not, yeah. So
It's
That makes
the-
sense. Is the dessert being domed?
oh hell yeah, Rod demolished that thing. Better listen to me. It tastes good. It goes
I
in my
love
mouth.
you,
Kage. Okay, moving on.
All right, let me see. What else we can take? Oh, I like this one. I don't know who this came from, but can we tell Lotus she's a good girl who deserves hugs, and Kage will one day win the eye tracker challenge?
Oh,
I'm the best girl.
So it's our viewers. Yeah, it's one of the viewers.
Yeah, I saw you do the eye tracker challenge. I saw you look at me in the eye tracker
No,
challenge. That was a good
I
clip.
passed. I was just looking at your
That was
glasses.
a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sometimes like the eye tracker, like it just doesn't.
I would fail the eye tracker. I would have the. I'm like Peepo Booba emote. That's
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say like the thing kept going on my armpits.
Dude,
Like,
I don't
I
know.
had
It
this
just tracks.
pose.
Okay, it tracks like 85% of my eyes. Okay, like so I look
see
up
this
to your
chat?
eyes and then it goes down, and it's just even though I'm looking at your eyes, it just goes down. So
Uh-huh.
I'm
You
telling
see
you.
this? Yeah, that's literally me.
Okay,
It's
Kage.
gonna.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, speaking of one, I had one like that. Someone asked, thoughts on having under desk support when gaming.
I support that all the way.
I will never be able to achieve anything in the game.
Well, actually,
But-
no. Wait, I take that back.
It depends. If I'm hyper focused, no one should touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah,
Because
same.
if I'm hyper focused, if you freaking take me away from my game or something, I'm biting somebody. Like I'm gonna be. But if I'm just vibing, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
If someone's
I'll do it
you know.
myself. I'll be the under desk support.
You know, if I'm the kill leader in Apex and I'm trying to get that dub, and someone's trying to do the under desk support, I'm sorry, you're getting need.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's it depends
I
on
mean,
if I'm
just fucking
hyper focused. If I'm hyper focused, you're in trouble, you know. But
Yeah.
like I support the under desk support because I'm the person who likes to distract people to begin with. So it's way
Yeah.
more fun that way.
I mean, like, I think of it this way: getting a dub in a video game feels just as great as having sex. Okay.
You want?
No, it depends on how hard the game is. Depends on how hard it is, you know.
It's like Kami's like the lady who's like, would you have bad sex or a freaking turnip, or what was it, like a radish? And the person's like, well, is it a really good radish? Is it bad sex? Because if it's bad sex, I'm having the radish. If it's if it's good sex, I'm having the sex. And I'm like, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's valid.
If it's like playing RuneScape or something, I'm fine. Yeah, you could
Yeah,
do
exactly.
the under
I'm
desk
chilling.
support. I'm just chilling. But any FPS games on my end, nah, dude, you gotta wait. You
That's
gotta
me
wait.
with Souls likes. I'm fighting a boss. Get out of here.
I don't want my homies to hear me be like, oh, I'm gonna get this. Oh my god, there's a guy behind me. I can't.
That's the whole joy of a freaking
They're
being
gonna
an
be like,
under-desk support is literally fumbling them is the best part.
yeah, you just hear that. You hear the tally, like, what's going on, man? I'm like, I'm working on it. No, you just gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It depends on what game you're playing.
Yeah, I feel like it's a cute idea and it's fun to tease. But
Wait,
yeah.
you know what? You know what pisses me off is when you're
What?
going that corn, right? And you
Yeah.
see those like
On
RP.
YouTube?
Yeah. You see those like RP stuff of like them playing games. they don't know how to grab a controller and they don't know how to turn on the console.
But the controller's not even plugged in. Like the
Ain't even
controller's
plugged
not even
in.
fucking
They be
plugged
pressing
in.
random buttons like, oh my god, I'm gonna get this dub.
I've seen good animated ones, but any time it's a role play, but I think that's the point. There was a whole thing where it's like people like the really shitty role play. Like they like that it's shitty.
It's like a B movie, right? Like some people
Yeah,
like their porn
exactly.
to be B porn, essentially. Yeah. Yeah, that's just kind of like what it is for certain people, I guess.
This is where the Kage is like, this is why you never like take as porn as true life, because these guys don't even know how to hold the controller in real life.
Kage's like, ooh, new video came out, like getting all ready. It's like, and then Kage's just spending the time getting mad and be like, what? Why is she holding the controller like that? What's happening?
It's not even on.
Have you guys read the comment section on like these videos, bro? It's fucking hilarious. It's so funny.
My immersion. Yeah, no. I do know what you're talking about.
It's, oh my god. It's funny. Sometimes the comment section on these like websites, it's so like unhinged and like out of pocket.
I've just seen like the full Shrek movie and stuff like that, and people are like, oh, thank you for showing this. Or like there's fucking like math tutoring. It's like,
in the comment section, man. Oh my god. Hey man, check out my Fortnite clip.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's so great.
Oh, there's people who've like in the comments literally like what Jay has said is like where they're like, can you help me with my math homework? And someone like fucking replies with like the fucking answer in an orange YouTube comment section.
All right, you want to take one more question since we're about to hit 2 hours? We'll take one more question and
so fast. Holy shit.
Yeah, right. That's how I always feel with these. It's like we just, we have fun answering questions, and then 2 hours flies by so quickly.
Yeah.
All right, we have another one that's kind of tied to relationship advice, so we can take this one. I'm worried about getting back into the dating scene since a traumatic experience has made me hesitant, especially since I'm not wanting to have sex at the moment. What advice do you all have for this?
Don't get back into the dating scene.
Yeah, to be honest, like
you have to figure out your own things first. 110%. If you're still worried about your trauma and stuff, you're gonna have to work through your own things before. It's not. You're not ready. It's fall in love and go back to being good with yourself first, and then it'd be way better. And then go in when you're ready and you're down. From that question alone, it just doesn't sound like you're ready to go back in the dating scene. If you're worried about those things, you have more work to do on yourself first.
Yep. I see 2 points here on why I don't think you should go back. Is definitely, you said like the traumatic experience, you're worried. That means you're not ready because you're still worried. And another one is, I'm not wanting to have sex at the moment. I mean, it also depends on your partner, if your partner's okay of not doing it. But if your partner does want to, like have those moments.
Yeah, but from the way the question is written, not having sex at the moment and stuff sounds more like it's because of like the stress and such. And so at that point, if you're not down because you're not down, that's completely different. Or you just want someone to just hang or just go on dates, that's completely different. But from the way it's like, at least for me, the way I read it is mostly because like they're stressed because of like, whatever it could be. And then at that point I'm saying don't go. Just continue chilling by yourself, make some friends, do your own thing, focus on yourself, heal yourself first, love yourself first.
Yeah.
Air Pilot, feel free to provide more context so we can help you kind of better talk about this. Yeah. Lolo's been on fire with the advice tonight. Lolo is always on fire. Like, it's part of why
I'm just wise. I just don't choose to think. Why do I want to think?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh, Kage, huh? What the fuck? What about me?
Kage's got good advice too. Yeah.
Nah, Lolo's been like professional about it. So.
Shut up.
Oh damn! Lolo's carrying the team. What the fuck? Okay. All right.
I can't handle any compliments.
Oh man! Imagine getting compliments. That's crazy.
Kage, you did amazing. Your answers were great.
You're a very good boy, Kage.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, see?
You like my advice? Is it because you like hearing my voice? Is that it? It's because of my voice.
What's wrong with that?
I guess, but well, besides my voice, what about the advice?
It's there.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, it's been very fun and insightful to hear from.
No, yeah. Thank you. I'm just
yeah.
fooling around. I like to fool around a bit, here and there. I don't like it when things get too serious. I like to have like a little bit of a fun time, like a little bit more fun stuff. So I'm very joking kind of person.
I haven't had sex before. The last relationship, I almost got pressured, disregarded my sexual comfort level. Well, okay, for that, then it's just still, I would say don't go in, because of if you're still too traumatized in relationship stuff, you have to relearn to trust and such. There is things about like when you go in, you can like talk to your partner and be like, like I have a hard time and stuff like that. But it's best to like, I always think about it like for the person I love, I want to be the best version of myself so that they can have the best version of me, right? So like it's you need to make sure you are great and good and everything's great on your end, whatever trauma or stress you might have predisposed before you go in, because it's because you might unwillingly like bring some trauma and worries onto the relationship with someone like who might not be doing anything, like being like having trust issues when someone's not giving any signs that they should be distrustworthy because of past experiences. You have to figure that out on your own. Partners can help, but it's mostly a you battle of relearning to like trust again, but the sex wise is a thing where you're just slowly ease back in and express your sex comfort and go at your own pace and communicate with whoever you're talking to.
Yeah, Lolo's Karen. Yeah. Lolo, I feel like you would be a good therapist.
No, I hate dealing with people.
Well,
I'm always there for people. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
I can't even do client relationship stuff because I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. I definitely think if your last relationship, you didn't end up having sex, and they were pressuring you and made you feel kind of disregarded, I think something to know is that yes, that can be really traumatizing, and that's definitely something to talk to a therapist about and kind of get some help kind of working through, and knowing that does not reflect on you. It doesn't mean that you're not deserving of respect. It also doesn't mean that everybody is going to be like that, right?
Yeah.
It's especially hard when you don't have a lot of experience and one or two relationships are kind of shitty, especially when they have kind of repeat shitty things. I know a lot of people kind of get in that place where like, is everyone like this?
Yeah,
but,
no, exactly.
I can assure you that not everybody is, disrespectful. It's just a matter of, finding someone, and it's okay to be careful, right? But at the same time, eventually you have to find a comfort level to be able to be vulnerable with a partner, right?
I also think people need to be okay with moving on from partners. I find that people like might talk to one person and write it out a bit longer than they need to when there's already signs that you're incompatible at the start.
Yeah.
Like there might be things that they might make you a little bit uncomfortable and stuff like that. You don't owe them nothing. You can move on. You're at the start of a talking phase. You can find someone else. Like there's tons of people. I feel like people stick around way more, like especially when they're not used to dating or doing anything or talking or any relationship stuff. I feel like people stick around with the first person they talk to longer than they need to. Yeah, that's my point.
I think
nothing much more than that.
Yeah, me personally, I think it's pretty much a time thing. It just takes time. You'll definitely find someone out there that is right for you. maybe now is probably not the time. I would say now you should focus on yourself and healing yourself. It's pretty much everything's a time game. Anything you do in life is just time. So, and again, like what Marina and Lola said,
things kind of just fall into place when it becomes the right time.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It sounds cheesy, and people always say it all the time, but like relationship stuff, they just kind of do fall into place. You will find a time where it's like, oh, is it like you tend to go out more or something like that? Like things, relationships and people do fall into place, and even not when it's the right time to start talking to people, you're kind of like already be put in a situation where you're like ready to like go out and talk.
Yeah.
And not everybody's the same as the person that you had that experience with. So everybody's different.
Yeah, I think it's people know that they're different. The issue is that the memories are still there, so it doesn't matter if they know someone else is different. They're just still worried, no matter what. Even if that's a completely different person, it's like, but what if you see like one sign of like them acting their behavior or something or talking away that like an old partner did, and all of a sudden you're like, oh no, is it happening again?
Oh, so he said, so Air Pilot said, I guess it is difficult when people around me are getting married and are talking about all their sexual experiences.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Totally.
the people around me are having kids and getting married, there's no way I'm having a kid anytime fucking soon.
I mean, think of it this way. Yeah. I have friends like that too. They will have to use their money for their kids and married and all of that stuff. But you could use all that money for yourself.
Yeah, you have to find the
You will
joys of
technically be
your own
richer
time.
than them.
It's a great life to be where you are right now, to just
Explore.
to
find a
have time
hobby.
for yourself, to have time to not need to like, because a relationship is a commitment, right? So like you'll need to put time aside for your partner and stuff when you get one. Right now
Yeah.
it's all your time. You can do whatever the hell you want with it,
You don't have rules.
Exactly.
Life,
You're a lot more
is
free.
not a race.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to spend money on
spend all your
VTuber
money
merch?
on VTuber. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do it.
VTubing.
I mean, don't do it to a point where you're gonna be like, where the bank calls you. But of course, limit yourself on a little bit, But yeah, you don't have to worry.
Some VTubers here and there.
Yeah.
Do it.
That's what I told my
Yeah.
chat. Don't have kids yet, so you can keep more money and then give it to me so I can pay for my kid. Right?
Exactly.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Give it to
I mean,
us.
I have a kid
Yeah.
chat so that you don't have to have one right now, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah. And I mean, if you want to throw me something so that, to thank me for doing that for you, I don't mind. But yeah. Our
Be
kid,
that-
right? Yeah. Chat's child, exactly.
Yeah, be that cool auntie and uncle, the ones that be like, they have all the stories to tell because they were just living young, wild, and free and exploring.
That's what I always say. As soon as it's
Yeah,
after
yeah.
9 months sub, I'm like, it's your child support payments.
Yeah.
We had a Twitch baby. Time. Pay up.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying thank you in chat, and I want to say thank you to you too. I know that it's been a very insightful night, and people really love to hear their questions answered, and even if people didn't ask questions, a lot of the time it's just kind of nice to listen along. So thank you both for taking the time to join me tonight and to take part in this. I had a really good time. I hope you did too.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you guys
I
have
love
any
you.
questions? Any?
Me?
Yeah.
What's your favorite color, Kage?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of hard. I don't really have like a favorite color. I guess you could say it's like gold and stuff and orange because of
It's
my
not
model.
orange? Yeah.
Like, no, my favorite color. I don't know. I like neon colors, but I don't have like a specific.
You're a neon person. That's one of those. You like the bright in your face, I'm blinded colors, don't you?
Kind of, like those like artwork, like Neon Tokyo kind of stuff, like Neon City. I like those kind of colors too, and I guess pastel colors as well. But yeah.
No. I got a
What the
question.
heck?
Who's your favorite viewer? Lotus.
Me. I
That's
am
crazy.
longtime
That's
viewer, top shrimp,
I don't use Twitter Lite. The
best
fuck is
friend.
that? Ew.
Freaking what?
Ew, you
What'd you
use
say to
Twitter
me,
Lite?
Kage?
You use Twitter Lite?
I don't use. Oh, I don't use Twitter Lite.
I don't
Oh,
do
okay,
anything in
good.
light
It
mode
says
unless it
Kage
forces
uses
me
Twitter
to.
Lite. You use Twitter Lite,
No,
Kage?
I don't fucking
You
use
disgust
Twitter
me.
Lite.
Wow,
That is
Kage.
gross. Are you
Kage, that's
kidding me?
fucked up.
No, I don't use that shit. I would
Jay,
screenshot
you
my
use Twitter
home.
Lite? I'm disgusted.
No, that is gross. That is abomination at its finest. You're banned if you use Twitter Lite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, adult. It is over. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, if it's your first time here, gamers, please make sure that you follow everyone that we spend some time with. Let me see if I got a mod update the collab command. It looks like I did not, so let me show you out individually. You can also click on the pretty colorful names in my title. I'm sure you've learned that by now. That will take you to
I love that feature. That's a good feature that Twitch added.
No, I
It
like
is.
the
It's so
ad.
good.
It's so
That's a
much
good one.
easier than the freaking collab, you know,
Oh,
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so please make sure you go follow and check out
better not
both
remove
Kage
it.
and Lotus. They are both wonderful streamers and good friends that I've known for a while in this community. So I hard vouch. Go check them out. You know, you had a good time here with them. Go check them out in their own streams too. If
I'm
you
more
are
stupid,
not,
so don't expect this behavior.
I'm a himbo.
I don't like to think. Yeah. No, himbo is not a self-identified term. I will not have this.
I like to work out and I'm dumb.
if you're not in the Discord, join the
Yeah.
Discord. I threw the link out right there, and if you want to follow me on all of my socials, you can check out my socials there. Yeah. I'm sorry, I saw your question about if the VOD will be available. Yes, the VOD. I always keep my VODs up unless something happens where I need to take them down, but this VOD will be up. I'm also going to, I'm in the process of getting this put together, but I've been working with an editor to edit these down into about 10-minute videos. And I do have, I want to say we have 5 or 6 done. I haven't put any of them out yet, but those will be going up on YouTube. These sex ed and relationship advice stream highlights. Yeah, so eventually down the line, unless there's any kind of issue with YouTube of me putting them up there, but there shouldn't be, you'll be able to find some highlights from this stream, probably in a month or two. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming by. Thank you if you submitted a question or if you just came to watch. Thank you. Yeah. All right, anything else you want to say to chat before we go?
Fuck you.
Did you say fuck you?
I
Yeah,
love
fuck
that.
you, chat.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you. Yeah, you.
All right, let me find a place to.
Love you, Lotus. Yeah, see, I'm glad you
shit, my
guys
bad.
realize.
You're supposed to wait till after stream to watch that.
Oh, my bad,
No,
my
fuck
bad.
you. No, fuck you.
Did we get you excited or something? You okay?
Me or Lotus?
Yeah, no, you.
Me? No, I'm perfectly
Yeah.
fine. I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, okay. Let me see where I will take us. Let's go over to so many options. Why there's so many VTubers?
Dude, they stream at DGen hours, man.
There are
I know, right?
There are so many VTubers. Can't go 2 feet on Twitch without bumping into a VTuber.
Marina, you need to
YouTube
pick
has
somebody. I need to pee.
oversaturated the
Okay,
show.
I'm going. I found someone. Someone who came to say hi earlier. We're gonna go raid Heavenly. Let's go raid Heavenly and give him some love, okay? We're gonna say hope you took notes. It'll be on the quiz.
Y'all got that weird, like, sometimes that weird little raid thing that happens that doesn't fucking take everyone.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
really. I hate
Happens to
that.
me
dumb.
all the time.
It's so
Happens to me
dumb.
all the time.
It's got like less than half of the
Why
viewers.
did it
Hello?
do that?
If you if you're in chat and you're not getting pulled in on the raid, you don't see the raid thing pop up, you can refresh your page. That will help you sometimes, apparently, is what Twitch has said. Or just, you know, go over to Heavenly's stream. I'll drop Heavenly's link right here too. We can use that. We can use that raid message though. The hope you took notes. It'll be on the quiz. If you're subscribed, you can use that one. If you're not subscribed, just get rid of the emote at the end. You know. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for being here. We're gonna go raid.
Bye.
All right, gamers. Goodbye.